So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both. Over-committing in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. Takes this about 5 yards deep. Just past the 15, and a flag down as well. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
A very costly holding penalty. It backs them up all the way inside their 10 to start this drive. On 1st and 10, Callahan gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down, Callahan. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now they'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
It's Barkley on the counter. Barkley a 1st down and more. Past the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Steelers get the quick strike touchdown. Not even 2 minutes into this football game, already we've had 2 scores.
You know how much I like to read about teams of old, right? The teams of yesteryear. There were some teams that were known as the point-a-minute teams. Well, obviously in a 60-minute game, that's 60-plus points. But 2 touchdowns in the first 2 minutes? My calculator doesn't operate that way.
And now on the other side, they better wake up. They haven't even gotten off the bus yet.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. To throw on 2nd down, Callahan. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself the best chance.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Callahan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the post game. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Operating from the gun, Callahan. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Now this one is running back out of the backfield. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
At the 36-yard line.
From the gun, Callahan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
We see this route all the time, but when it's well executed, it's a beauty.
It feels like the fade takes forever to develop, like that ball is just hanging in the air.
And the reason why is that the receiver is trying his best to work the defender inside and give himself space to fade away from him and catch the football. And that's exactly what happened there.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has helped them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change, a quarterback, running back, tight end, it doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Steelers.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again. Allen. And go over the middle to Reed, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Complete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Callahan. Oh, ball in the air, now it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Pick, flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
On first down, Callahan. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Good.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Off the play fake. Callahan. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
1st and 10.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 14-yard line, 2nd and 11.
At the 14-yard line.
From the gun, Callahan. Quick hitter here, it's complete. I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers.
I've seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. You catch the ball, you know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Callahan. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's caught inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Actually set to kick off.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Conventional football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Throwing deep for Galladay. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a gain of 35.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed as 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Number 26, Saquon.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield, here's Allen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. He's going to launch it for Washington. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that one hits at the 7 but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, but they want to take the big strike and go after it right now.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Callahan. He'll buy some time right. He'll find its tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Callahan. And a double coverage. season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
The ball carrier.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. He got position on him, and he pulls it in. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. Good
strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's Allen to throw it. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
On the carry.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Now the all-time leading rusher at Boston College, it's A.J. Dillon. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 7 yards there and a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run with Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Allen. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
83.
That's good for 28 yards.
At the 5-yard
So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Saquon
Barkley with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. This is becoming quite the half he's had here.
Remember in our pregame meetings, they talked about wanting to run the football and staying with it. Well, when you're scoring this many touchdowns, there's no reason to go away from it, is there? They are off to a fantastic start. They hope it continues.
3 already for him. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the face mask, quite a blessing there, as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Complete to number
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 48-yard line.
Flag comes in as Howard falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Off play action. Callahan. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
On the scramble. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 26-yard line.
Looking to throw on second down. Callahan. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Callahan. Saints back at the 31. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. Operating from the gun, Callahan. And that is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
13 yards. And the Steeler first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Saquon Barkley on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. You talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, tackle him, get him. And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
And he'll be out of bounds.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and 10, Callahan. He's going to fire one deep left side. And got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big pickup of 38. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by the former Viking first rounder, Trey Waynes. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
They'll take over.
So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, a 22. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Dillon now on 1st and 10. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
They'll run it. Here's Dillon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Dillon, and they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Dillon. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Touchdown. A.J. Dillon as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Oh, it's no good on the PAT. So they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, Callahan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Some strong running. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
By the Steelers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Back to throw. Callahan. Yeah, quick throw here. That's complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. And even 40 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one. And they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hook up again for another big play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Callahan. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive. But on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Takes it at the 7. And they will ring him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground and Saquon Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought
a gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Here's Allen. Pass incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And 7 yards to go.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And Reed with it over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Number 83.
That gain on 3rd down, good for 28.
1st down, Steelers.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. So the shotgun snap to Allen. They're trying for Washington, but the pass intercepted. Picked off around the 27. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Throwing on 1st down. Callahan. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On 1st down, Callahan, flush to his right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. From the gun, Callahan. And now here's another interception. Picked up by the former Viking first-rounder Trey Waynes. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
They don't get nothing.
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Vikings 23.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken about 7 yards deep.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Almost hit another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now fourth down.
Fourth down.
After what they've faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it here. He's got his man in the crossing route. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the fourth down play to result in 23 yards. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Now they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Back to the air on second down. Callahan. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And a nice job of break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Second and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Off the play fake. Callahan. Battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. first and 10. Callahan. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And my goodness, another interception. Jackson picks it. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Good job. How that boy stepping up.
Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw, a free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position.
He's got it in, complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of right around 30 on a play that began way back inside the 5. Operating from the gun, Callahan. And now here's another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Running the toss here to Dillon. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Allen. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked up on and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Callahan. He's caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Looking to throw. Callahan. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
5-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Allen. And that's complete to the tight end, Highland. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Allen. And that'll be complete to Dillon. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Wesco, the tight end, making the catch. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll run on first down. Dillon. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To throw on 2nd down. Done. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw. Done. And he'll be hit He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
That'd be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Zane Gonzalez on for the field goal. A 45-yard attempt.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it? In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Callahan.
Explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
It's taken to the 26. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
A gain of 19 yards. And a Steeler first down.
Back to Dillon on first down. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Brought down by Nate Gary. Defensively, they know the situation. They stacked the line. Heck, that was a goal line set right there.
And it's the right play for them, exactly what they have to do. They want to take away every gap, every crack, and make sure no one can get through it. But here's the deal, though. You've worked on offense all year long about these types of defensive fronts. If they can penetrate it at all, your runner has a chance to go a long way behind.
It could be a house call.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
To throw on third down. Done. Past the 20. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like
and can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Done. And a tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
His first career touchdown pass, and, you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Taken about 7 yards deep.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Callahan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. These guys nailed the crossing route. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now the throw here complete on the right sideline. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Callahan.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On 1st down, Dillon. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That one looks like he'll throw here. That'll be complete to the running back, A.J. Dillon. The 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach. Okay, so he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Callahan steps away to his left. And he finds Montgomery complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll look to throw again. Rolling to his right. He's going to let it fly. Oh, my goodness, another interception. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. Dillon. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. They run again with Dillon. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes it all the way down to the On the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. They set the goal beginning of the year. Hey, let's win 7 games. Unfortunately, with this loss, they can't do it.
So now it'll be interesting to see how they respond as a team, because sometimes when you set goals, if you don't achieve them, you don't care anymore. You let everything else go. I want to see if they're going to continue to fight, scratch, claw, do whatever to try and get as many wins as possible, even if it doesn't reach their stated number.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.